here and there.
Well, one of the things that I remember in talking to you and to Larry, look, they were very real about the depth chart. They're like, we have veteran guys that are going to play. Like, you're going to have to earn your way. They didn't promise you that you were going to get on the field. And again, you came anyway. As you got here, though, that doesn't mean you don't have expectations to play. Was that a difficult thing for you to sort of process? That it's going to take time for you to maybe crack the lineup?
Not really. I knew like anything that I was gonna get was gonna be earned. Just like that goes to like I knew I'd talked to Coach Harbaugh about it like on my visit. Like anything that any playing time I was gonna have was gonna be earned through like hard work, practice, and what else. So I mean, it was just if anything, it could made me like work harder, just like chasing those guys like Ronnie, CJ, Roman.
Mm-hmm. What was it? Do you remember the toughest part of last year or the toughest moment last year as you were going through? Because I laid it out that way for a reason. Big time guy, you're used to playing, and obviously you aren't playing as much as you played, but not as much as you wanted to. Was there a point in the season that you can look back on, or you're like, man, it was a really tough time?
I think like the second part of the season, because obviously like, the first few games of the season, like we won pretty handedly, so there's a lot of opportunities to get like myself and like some of the other freshmen in, and even like against like the first few conference games, like I still had a role, but like as I got to the nitty gritty of the season, like there's like I hadn't earned to be in those big time moments yet.
Mm-hmm. So, who helped you through that? I mean, is that something that you process yourself because that's how you are? Or do you lean on coaches? Do you lean on teammates? Do you lean on family? Like, who kind of helped you through those tough moments?
I'd say the three biggest people would be Coach Bellamy, Ronnie, and Andrell. Like Andrell, obviously, because like that's one of my best friends on the planet. So like like he knows me inside and out. So it's easy to talk to him about that type of stuff and not feel the type of way. Mm-hmm. And then Ronnie, like being the veteran guy. And like Ronnie, since I got to college, he was in my like very first lifting group, and he kind of took me under his wing, and we had a really good relationship. I feel like he's one of my better friends too, and just like it's easy to respect someone that's where you want to go. Like if he's telling you need to pick it up in practice, or you're not playing the way you should be, like it's easy to respect that and respond well to that. Mm-hmm. And obviously it wasn't always easy, but I know he always had he always had my best interest in the front of his mind.
So obviously we weren't able to see it on the field, but did you feel like you had a turning point in practice where, and I'm not talking about a specific practice, but from game, maybe week one, practice wasn't really wasn't really looking like you were going to play a big role, but was there a point in the season where you're like, man, I'm practicing really well, feel like I'm ready?
I think at the beginning of the season I practiced very well, and like as I got to the middle of the season, it was kind of like I was frustrated with myself, and I kind of hit a wall, I feel like, mm-hmm. which was just like, I feel like for me that was like my freshman growing pains. Like I was like, oh, like I'm practicing, I'm not really playing, and I kind of like, I feel like I got lazy. Mm-hmm. Then I think like, I remember having a conversation with Ronnie one day, and he told me like he felt that way.
That and, you were getting lazy?
Yeah. And like I said, like I really respect Ronnie. For him to take the time out of his day, like after practice, and like, say that to me, like I think it's probably to look myself in the mirror and be like, how bad do I really want this? So I think like towards the end of the season, like going into bowl prep, I started having a lot better practices.